Hi everyone, Hailey here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the first video in a series of videos about how to use LinkedIn as a college student. A little background on myself. I am a college student who currently attends UCLA, previously attended West Valley College and got my associate's degree in liberal arts. And I have been using LinkedIn for about 2 to 3 years now, so I'm pretty familiar with it, pretty familiar with how to use it, and I have used it successfully, and as a result I've been reached out to by recruiters on a pretty regular basis, offering me jobs and interviews and different things of that nature. And in addition, another reason why I pretty well versed with LinkedIn is because I actually used to work there. So I know how to use it, I know how it's supposed to be used straight from the mouths of the people who created it. So if this is something that you're interested in, please stay tuned. The topic of today's video is going to be why it's important to use LinkedIn as a college student. Okay, I want to start off by clarifying any misconceptions that you may have about LinkedIn. A lot of people my age, and just a lot of people in general, because not everyone uses it, a lot of people don't really understand what it's for and what the purpose of it is. LinkedIn is a professional networking site where you can search for jobs, connect with people who you may know already, connect with people who you're looking to form connections with, personal connections, and just build your own personal brand. So it's really important at this stage of life to build a personal brand. And what I mean by that is working on something that is the representation of you, and to have an online presence, especially if you're a job seeker or if you're going to be a job seeker in the near future. It's really important because people are looking at this, recruiters are looking at this, employers are looking at this, hiring managers are looking at this. They are purposely seeking out your LinkedIn account to see who you are, what you stand for, your education, your background, your experience, anything that may help them understand whether you'd be a good fit for the job or not. Using LinkedIn is an opportunity for you to develop professionally and give yourself a running start in the job market. And it is free. Yes, there is a premium version of LinkedIn that you do have to pay for, but the free version has amazing features. You don't need to pay for an account on LinkedIn to get the benefits of being a LinkedIn member. The first thing that's important to understand about using LinkedIn at this point in your life is that network is extremely invaluable. I've already touched base a little bit on this, but I want to go into more detail. So imagine that you have a job and you have some great coworkers, you get along really well, they have a good understanding of your work ethic, they know who you are, and they know what you're capable of. And imagine one of you goes off and starts, working somewhere else. But you guys keep up occasionally, maybe you contact each other every once in a while, just kind of update what's going on. Now imagine that this person becomes aware of a job opportunity and they're looking for someone to fill the position and they think of you. Well, that is networking. That is exactly the whole point of networking. The point of networking is to market yourself and make yourself into someone who is very attractive and appealing, and LinkedIn is one great way to do that, and it's one great way to keep in touch with people, so that if something comes along that you would be a good fit for, people are thinking of you. So for example, when I worked at LinkedIn, when I was leaving LinkedIn actually, when I gave my 2 weeks notice and I told all my coworkers that I was leaving, I left to go to UCLA, to go to school and to get my bachelor's degree. And one of my coworkers actually came to me and he said, "Hey, my sister works at the Children's Hospital. Here's her contact information. If you ever need anything, let me know or let her know, and I'm sure she'd be able to help you out in some way or another form." And he connected with me on LinkedIn and he gave me all this information, and it was really great because before I even went to UCLA, I had made a connection with somebody. They were thinking of me. He didn't need to do that, but I left an impression on him. And through this platform, he was able to give me information that could be beneficial to me in the future. Number two, another thing that's really important that I think a lot of students don't realize, because the majority of students that I know don't really use LinkedIn or don't use it seriously, they don't realize that they're missing out on job opportunities. So as I said earlier, recruiters, employers, hiring managers, they are looking on LinkedIn and they're looking at you. And even if you're not actively looking for a job, like even if you're not applying for jobs, you could still potentially miss out on opportunities where people would reach out to you, people that you don't even know. I get people all the time who message me and they are trying to recruit me for a job. They want me to come in for an interview. They want me to talk with them a little bit more about the possibility of taking a job. And even if it's not something that I'm completely interested in, it is good to know that I am marketing myself in a way that is appealing to employers. Not only that, but it's a big confidence booster, because looking for a job can be so daunting, and you're just one out of a million, and 5 million people apply to this position and you don't know if you're going to get it, you don't know if you're going to get enough, you don't know how you can compare to the competition. But if you're putting yourself in this position where people are looking at you on a regular basis, they are seeing your name pop up when they search for, you know, someone to fill the position, it's good, because if they reach out to you, it's good to know, like, it's just a good benchmark for yourself. A huge reason why people our age are really afraid of LinkedIn is because they think that they don't have experience, so they don't need to be on LinkedIn. And that's just not true. In this case, the earlier you get started, the better, because there's really no job too small. And I've said this in a variety of contexts in different videos on my channel, but you know, it doesn't matter if you're a CEO or if you are a cashier at McDonald's. Like, what you do is important, and what you do says something about you. Just because you are taking orders at McDonald's doesn't mean you're not a good employee. I've met some amazing people who work at McDonald's, honestly, I'm not even joking. So if you have to show up to work, that says something about you. You have to show up, you have to be responsible. If you are in the assembly line making food or whatever, I don't know, I've never worked in fast food, so I can't really speak for fast food, but if you are in that position, what you do matters. I mean, you're responsible for that. You're responsible for making sure the order is correct. You're responsible for making sure that everything is clean and hygienic, and what you do is important. It's had an impact on you personally and in your professional development and in your personal growth. Building your network now is the key to helping yourself later when you go to seriously apply for jobs, because if you already have this network built up, you're not going to have to worry about it down the line once you graduate and you have this blank LinkedIn profile staring at you and you have no idea what to do with it. Even if you have, you know, only a handful of connections on LinkedIn, it's not about connections. Like, that's not what it's about. Facebook, Instagram, you know, Twitter, whatever. I feel like it's very much like, oh, you need to have X amount of followers to be relevant and to be cool and to show that, you know, you're a fun person. But that's not what LinkedIn is about at all. Yes, it's about connections, but it's about making meaningful connections with people who actually know you. And it's about, you know, being able to vouch for the people that you know as well. It's a two-way street. On a side note, you can actually apply to jobs directly through LinkedIn, and the job search is a whole great feature that I'll get into in another video about using LinkedIn, actually. But let's stay on topic here. Last thing I want to address is the importance of having an online presence. This kind of goes hand in hand with building a network, but at this point, like I said, a lot of people aren't taking advantage of LinkedIn. College students aren't taking advantage of LinkedIn. Community college students, I'm talking to you as well, because I used to go to community college and I had a LinkedIn profile. It wasn't that great, but at least I was online, right? So it's very important, because I think what it says to employers is, if you already have a LinkedIn profile, even if you don't have millions of connections, even if it's not completely filled out, ideally you do want to fill it out to the best of your ability, but if it's not amazing, that's okay, because it shows that you're invested in your future and you're invested in becoming a career person, and you are taking this step to market yourself online, to have an online presence, and to make sure that potential employers know that you're out there. To drive this point home, employers are looking at this, especially if you apply for a job. They are going to vet you online. I don't know if they're necessarily going to look at your personal social media accounts, but they will definitely look at your LinkedIn profile. 9 times out of 10 when I apply for a job, I'll notice within the next 24 or 48 hours of me submitting my application that someone from that company viewed my profile. So it just goes to show that it is something that matters in this job market. I realize that this video didn't really delve into a lot of detail about how to use LinkedIn as a college student, but that is something that I plan on addressing in the future. I will create a playlist with the videos as I come up with them. You may be watching this in the future. Hello from the future. At this point, I will probably have the videos already, so in that case, check out the suggestions bar, which I will put right here, with the videos that I've done in relation to this topic. Not only am I going to be speaking about LinkedIn, how to use it, how to create a profile, and what to post, but I'm also going to be doing a few videos on how to write a resume and how to write a cover letter, because those are two things that I've really struggled personally. I've really struggled with those personally, and it's really difficult. It takes a lot of work, but I think I have some tips that can help you guys out. So as I said, if you're interested in that, please consider subscribing. Definitely check out the playlist. Give this video a thumbs up if you benefited from the information in it, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.